Howdy fellas, using the file, I've chucked it up in the vise and I've got my end down to the metal of the blade itself and got it shaped real good like I want it. And it's something I ran across that I had that I don't know where it came from. My wife may have bought it when she was doing some painting or something. This is a 3M sanding sponge, and that's the handiest thing since the invention of a pocket on a t-shirt to do a little sanding. It's got a medium and a fine side to it, and you actually rinse this thing out and reuse it. So what I did after I got that shape down a little bit, I took it and used it to help me finish shaping the contour of that blade right there. And then I like to take it and use it to go across my scales to kind of take all the surface imperfections off of it, and you can start to see a little bit in the light, if you hold it right, what the grain of the maple is going to look like when we got done. It's got what it looks like, just a little bit of a mineral stain in it that's probably going to show up when we put the actual antique gun stain on it. So we're moving right along with it. Now this, once you get the scales on it, they're 3/8 inch thick, each one of them, and then the blade is about 150 thousandths thick. You're looking at 850 thousandths total, and that's, even with my big hand, that feels pretty thick. Somebody with a small hand would say that's just too big for my hand. Alright, now what I like to do in the next step is I will take this knife and I'll chuck it in this vise again pretty tight, and when I wear a belt out on my belt sander over here, I don't throw them away, I keep them. And then I've also got a roll of aluminum oxide sanding belt. It's not really a sanding belt, just roll of sandpaper. Then what I like to do is take that and then start working that sharp edge off that knife. I work it all the way to the back. And I don't really measure this. What I do, I just kind of eyeball it. I'll go that way a while till it looks like it's where I want it to be. And then of course I'll turn it around this way. Chuck it back in real tight. And I'll work it that way. Once again, eyeballing the progress. For a while, and then I'll take it out and I'll put it in my hand and say, okay, that's not where I want it to be. So I'll keep putting it back in there. I'll work this side a while, and I have tried doing it across like this right here, but it always seems that this far side don't want to take the same shape as the other side. I just can't get my hand in between where the vise is and everything to get it like I want it to do. So I'll continue doing that. I'll take it out and I'll feel of it and I'll look at it, see what it looks like, and then once I get it where it feels like I want it to on the top, then I'll turn it over and start working the bottom. So you just have to trial and error and keep on. Another thing I do, once I get this profile shaped like I want, and I will go back to this broad file again and work the end of it. I don't actually use the sandpaper on the end of it because it's just a little bit too difficult, but I will take and blend that curve that I put on the, or taking the edge off, however you want to look at it, I will blend that around where it looks natural and everything on that. So, you know, actually we've gotten past in the first couple of steps, what I consider the hardest part, where if you're going to mess up a set of scales, you're going to do it. And believe me, I have done it. I had to completely chunk a set of scales a while back because I got off drilling. With no way I can make those pins line up and work. So I just had to throw that set of scales away and another one. So it's just a trial and error thing. The more you do it, it seems like the easier it gets. So we're getting down into the what I call the tedious and time consuming part of it. From here on, it's going to be quite a bit of sanding, and I'm not going to film all that. I'm going to go ahead and get this shaped the way I want it, and we'll come back and then I'll show you how I start the process of going through the grits of sandpaper. So I appreciate you watching. Keep your powder dry and mind your top knot, Bill.